All right, Shalom. I want to start off by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rabakah Kadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and salutations to the hopefully elect. Coming at you with another lesson to the spirit and power of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. And I was just reading in the book of Daniel today. And I want to start at chapter 3, verse 19. And we're going to jump back to the top. All right. So it says, "Then was Nebuchadnezzar full of fury, and the form of his visage was changed against Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Therefore he spake and commanded that they should heat the furnace 17 times more than it was wont to be. And he commanded the most mighty men that were in his army to bind Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego and cast them into the burning fiery furnace." All right, now when you go into the story, Nebuchadnezzar have set up this image, okay, this statue of gold, and every time the music was to play, he wanted you to bow down to it, right? He wanted you to worship this statue that he has created. Right now, when you think of before all this taking place, you got to remember Daniel, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, which that's what their names were called, and that's the names he had given them, as we were captives in his land. You got to think at this time that they were, made princes over the affairs in Babylon, right? And, it's like once they didn't, bow down to worship what he wanted them to do, right? Once they, said, look, we're separating ourselves apart from this madness, okay? We are not partaking in this. His true ways came out. And see, we're seeing the same thing with Esau Edom. This is why you Jakes, you 230ans, right, that help forward his wicked agenda, when you try to come out and speak, okay, or when you try to separate yourselves from, these different wicked partakings that E wants you to do, okay, or maybe if you just try to speak up on certain things that's going on, like your political view, or your belief of what you truly believe what should be done, and if it's against his agenda, or if it's something that he doesn't want you to do, because remember, we got to go back to the influence that a lot of you so-called leaders today have, right? You have a lot of influence. You have a lot of followers. You got a lot of people who, idolize you. And he knows that. So this is why he used you to forward his agenda. But going back to the point, once you try to have this, be ye separate mindset, what does he do? He shows his true colors, so to speak. All right? Now, I'm not saying it as if, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego was forwarding, his agenda for his wickedness. I'm just pointing out the fact that is, when you want to try to be separate and do the things that's pleasing to the Most High, right? Which E, and I'm speaking at this time, which E, is contrary of the true color shows out. Okay? And this is the true colors were shown here in this situation when they didn't bow down to the image. But let me get this scripture. Let's go to the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7, verse 6. It says, "For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself above all the people that are upon the face of the earth." Okay? And we, the Israelites, we being the holy people of the Lord, okay? We are to what? We are to be ye separate. Okay? We are not to be as the other nations are, right? We have an order, all right? We have been given instructions in a way of righteousness to follow, okay? Not the ways of this world, not the ways of the heathen, not the ways of this wicked ruler, okay? But we have been given what? The law, statutes, and commandments, which the scripture says, this is our wisdom in the sight of the nations, okay? So, going as, said Daniel, but Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, as they are holy people, the holy people of the Lord, and keeping the commandment, why are they not bowing down to this image? Okay? Why are they? Because bowing down, that's a form of worship. Right? Let's go to the book of Exodus, chapter 20, verse 3. It says, thou shalt have no other gods before me. That's it. Thou shalt have no other gods before me. Salakia, let's continue. Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image or any likeness, anything that is in heaven above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the water under the earth. Thou shalt not bow down thyself to serve. Thou shalt not bow down thyself to them, nor serve them. For I am the Lord thy God. For the Lord thy God am a jealous power, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children to the third and fourth generation of them that hate me. Okay, but you see the point. You're not supposed to bow. Okay, you're not supposed to worship. All right, these are the deities, and we, being a holy people, right, and them showing that, look, we trust in the Lord our God. All right, and that's why they accepted the fate of going to the furnace. They have the faith of, hey, the Lord's going to deliver us, so you got to do what you got to do.